welcome back to my channel, and today I have a story time giving the tea. Okay, now I know this may be a little controversial, but the thing is with me, if you are a villain in my story, you can't be mad because I'm telling my story and you so happen to be the villain in my story. So, yes, this is a family member and they may or may not see this, but I still love them dearly. It's no hate, but it's a story that I want to talk about because it affected me in a real way and I still think about it. So, anyways, as we proceed further, I don't know what it is about older people that they feel that they are able to disrespect you and talk to you and treat you any kind of way just because they are older than you. Now, I am one that has been raised and taught to respect my elders and to give them respect, to not talk back, to, just really let them do what they want to do. And that was when I was younger, of course. But now that I'm older, I just feel like as an adult, I'm not going to let just anybody talk to me any kind of way just because of who you are and your age. Like, to me, that has no bearing on if I allow you to disrespect me or not, because I'm still human at the end of the day. If I'm not going to let people who are my age talk to me and disrespect me and treat me in a kind of way, why would I let you get away with it just because you're older and you're a family member? I mean, like you if you want somebody to respect you, you have to also respect them as well. So it goes both ways. There's no you just got to respect me, but I don't have to respect you. Like, no. To me, that's just not how it works. And I realize a lot of the older generations, that's what they believe. They believe that if you are younger than them and if you speak up for yourself and take up for yourself, that you are being disrespectful and you're talking back and you are, just being a bad child. You weren't raised properly. You have no manners. You're you're just wild, basically. And I don't believe that. So, as you know, this story is about my grandmother. Me and her have had some difficulties in our relationship just because of the age gap between us and the difference of opinions and our beliefs in how I was raised, how she was raised. And I just believe that if you're going to talk to me in a way that I don't agree with, why do you think that I should just accept it forever? Like, yes, I can let some stuff slide, but like I said, I'm human. I have emotions, I have feelings. And if I feel a certain way, either I'm going to remove myself to avoid conflict, or I'm going to eventually end up saying something to let you know that you cannot just continue to disrespect me like that. And now you will also be removed from my life, because who wants to deal with toxic people all the time that always got something negative to say? They always got something. It's just always something going on with them that just makes you upset. Every time you're around this person, they are always negative. And that's the situation that happened with me and my grandmother. And I got fed up. And so this basically the story that I'm about to tell is pretty much like the needle in the haystack for me, where I was just like, you know what, I'm done. So we had been having issues already anyway. Just, I don't know what it is. It's because she's older and she has a certain mindset that, she could say what she want to say, and I'm not allowed to defend myself. I'm not allowed to take up for myself, or, say something to question her, or to basically disagree with her. So what happened was, we was in a car. She had came to town for a church convention. We both went to the church convention. It was fine. So we was getting ready to take her back home, me and my mom, and we're all in the car. So we're all in the car, we're talking, and I'm talking. So I don't even talk a lot. Let me just say that because I told this story on TikTok and people was like, well, maybe you're long winded and you was just talking too much. And so she had to interrupt. No, that's not what this was. I don't do a lot of talking. The most talking I do is on social media. so, um, so we're in the car and I'm talking. I'm just talking about some. I don't even know what the conversation was about, but we're sitting there talking. I'm talking to both of them because we're in a car. So, I'm talking. So I'm assuming I'm talking to everybody. That's just, normal. I'm talking and she cuts me off in the middle of my conversation and starts talking to my mom about, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? And I got extremely offended. And I was like, why would you cut me off? I'm in the middle of talking. And she says, well, I was talking to your mother. I said, yeah, but I'm sitting here talking to everybody in the car. So why would you cut me off as if what I was saying didn't mean nothing and you was tired of me talking? And so she starts to say, well, here you go, you're getting offended, everything offends you and you taking everything so personal and you doing the most, basically just making it seem like I was overreacting and that I was just doing the most by calling her out on interrupting me during my talking. And it was kind of the last straw for me because I just felt like it was so disrespectful. And this is not the first time she's done this. She does this all the time. And so I was done. Like, I left the conversation alone because I didn't really want to go into it back and forth with her in the car. So I left it at that. I just was like, okay, it is what it is. So I kind of had an attitude. I was a little annoyed on the way back to taking her home. And, we got back home. The next day, I ended up sending her a text message. And I told her, I really didn't appreciate you cutting me off and being so rude to me and nasty like that yesterday. I didn't appreciate that. That was very rude. And you continue to do this and nothing has changed. Every time I, let you know how something has hurt me, you apologize, but nothing changes. The behavior doesn't get better. You apologize just to shut me up and then you continue to do it again and again and again. And I told her, I'm really just fed up at this point. And so I think that it's best that we don't talk. I love you, I care about you, I wish you well, but I just realized that we just don't get along. And for me to be able to respect you the way that you want to be respected and to, not have these conflicts all the time, it's better for us to just go our separate ways. It doesn't mean that I hate you. It doesn't mean that I have ill feelings towards you. It just means that we need our space. We don't get along, and that's okay. I still love you because you're my grandmother, but at the same time, I don't want to keep putting myself in these positions to be frustrated and angry and upset all the time every time we have a conversation or there's a disagreement and it's back and forth between us. And she responded to the text message like, oh, you always do this and your parents were right about you and I really wish you well and this is not godly what you're doing. Like, she said a whole bunch of stuff that I was just like, okay, this is typically her, what she does, deflecting and not really taking accountability. And so, yeah, I told her, I read her paragraph and she said a bunch of nothing. And I just told her, this is exactly what I expected from you and have a great day. And I blocked her. I blocked her phone number. And I went on about my life because I'm just like, I don't care who you are. You're not going to come into my life and cause chaos. I'm not going to allow people in my life who want to cause chaos and confusion and negativity and all the gossiping and all that stuff. I don't like that. So if you're going to do that, you can't be around me because I don't like all that drama. I don't like all that tit for tat, all that he say, she say, all that stuff. That stuff is is petty. And being the age that she is, I felt like you're too old for this. That's just how I felt. Like, you're too old for this drama and this pettiness. But hey, some people love the drama. There's people who chaos and drama just follow them no matter where they at, no matter who they around. Some people are just like that. And I started to notice that with her. I'm like, look, I'm not the only person you've had issues with. You had issues with other people too, and you never seem to think that you are the problem. It's always everybody else. Everybody else has done you wrong, but you can never see or understand how you have caused chaos and problems in these situations that keep coming up with you. So yeah, I had to do that. I had to cut her off. I had to block her for a little bit. She's not blocked right now at the moment, but we don't really we don't really talk that much, that often, because I just don't want to deal with the drama. There's certain people that just always got drama going on in their life, and it's like it's always something. So to avoid that, I just don't reach out. I hate to say it, like, I just don't reach out. I don't really communicate with her in that way. Whereas we used to communicate. I used to want to be around her and talk to her, but soon you realize how people are, because they start getting comfortable with you. And she got really comfortable with me, and it got to the point where it just got disrespectful and just uncomfortable to be around. So, at this point, I don't care who it is, family or not, you're not going to be in my life causing chaos and confusion and negativity and toxic behavior. You're just not going to do it. So, some people may disagree with me and say, "Oh, that's your family. You shouldn't be like that." But why do I have to accept that? Why should I allow that in my life just because they family? These be the same people that they'll cuss you out and they'll want you to be around them and help them out whenever they need you. Like, it don't work like that with me. So, that's just what it is. And I'm just accepting that some people just will not be in my life. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. If I feel like you disrespectful towards me, you don't respect me, you don't value anything that I have to say, you always talking down to me, you always talking nasty and just being rude and think you can talk to me any kind of way, it's a no for me. You're not going to be in my life. You're going to keep it pushing. So that's how that story went, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments.